is causing these flames. The will in our minds will keep them forever. Just believe in the fire between us.
We've had this conversation, and you seem to agree with me. But when there's complications, you withdraw and leave me to be. When there's a problem, you become like a wall. And every time I trip, it's a free fall. Why don't you help me the way I help you? You don't have to save me, just be my parachute. When I'm feeling down, you're just not there, making sure I'm okay. Why don't you help me the way I help you? Sunshine, I've got you now. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. My body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body, oh, body and body. Don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody. got sunshine, I've got you now. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. I know love now, and you're stuck in my mind. We're body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body, oh, body on body. Friends don't like that I'm with somebody, that I'm with somebody, oh no, oh no. I just want to stay in this melody, stay in this melody, oh, oh.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Tuesday Night Studio Sessions. My name is Sean, and I'll be your host. It's been a while since I've been here. I kind of took most of December off just so that I could regroup and go to Christmas concerts and be in Christmas concerts and all that jazz. But hope you guys had a good holiday. I spent my time off from the channel to kind of reevaluate some things about the channel. So I don't know if you've noticed, but the logo's changed a little bit. This is the old logo. It was more of kind of like a cutesy wing design. And I was looking at it, and I was looking, this all kind of started when I was in the Ariat store. I don't know if you guys have Ariat or not, but it's kind of like a redneck store. There's, it's kind of like a Bass Pro Shop, but for clothes. And I really liked, or if you go to like a Buc-ee's, they've got Ariat hats and stuff like that in there. And so what I love about their design is it's simple. And I know I've made the logo complex over the last week, but the elements of the logo are very simplistic. So I wanted the fox horn symbol to be, and this is what I wanted to begin with, was kind of like the Texas Longhorns, where it's just a kind of a silhouette of a cow's head with horns on it. So I was looking at that, and I wanted to combine kind of that shape with some of the elements that I've already put in my logo over the last year. But I also wanted a single color design. But I really like the outline version of the Ariat logo, but they also have like thick cow heads on their merchandise as well. And so I kind of wanted to do both of those things. And then I really wanted Foxhorn to be simple because I wanted to be able to 3D print it on things. I wanted to be able to, so here's an example of what my logo looks like 3D printed. And it's not, I just think that making this logo very, very small needs to not have very many details. The other inspiration that I had, and I don't have it right off at the top of my head, but Lance Cadana sent me a video about the DJI Air 3S, and it was from this guy he was from another country, but he took his Air 3S and he took it into the woods, and he flew the drone through the the trunks of all these like pine trees. And it was like a foggy day, and it was just a beautiful video. But what I loved about his logo was he had kind of like this Spartan um, head as his logo, and it was just some simple shapes that, when you put all the shapes together, it kind of made a Spartan helmet. And so I didn't want to. I started going that route with my logo, trying to make it look, you know, more like kind of like a Dodge Ram logo, or like something like beefy and metally and all that kind of stuff. But then I started to reevaluate myself, and I like things that are smooth and elegant and pretty, but at the same time, um, a little bit different than other people. So, so that's the logo that I came up with. Um, and I can't guarantee you that I'm not gonna make some changes, but I wanted to go ahead and show you guys. This is kind of a shameless plug, but I also just want to talk about the logo a little bit too. Um, but this is, I've updated the Foxhorn shop, so I've taken all of the old designs out, and I've put all the new designs in. So I wanted to show you these kind of three concepts. So this is kind of what it looks like outlined. So I really wanted to be able to do like a one color, but the icon to not be so heavy. That way I could make the icon big without it just being the only thing that you see on the shirt. So this is an example of kind of what the outline version of my logo looks like. And I can 3D print this very, very easily, um, and put it in, different areas. Um, since it's one color, I can do it black on white, white on black, orange on gray. I can do all the things. This is a negative version of the logo, which is kind of positive, I guess. But this is the inverted version. So this is the fill. So the other one I would say is the stroke logo, and this is the fill logo. So this is the other one's kind of like a coloring book, and these are the colors inside of it. And I really, really liked the way it turned out. I feel like the inside part, like the face, um, in here kind of looks like a gazelle. But adding, the fur of the fox kind of makes, and the ears, um, kind of turns it into a fox. And so I really like the way this turned out as well. And then with the idea of having a hat kind of like this, I wanted some sort of shield. So I'm going back and forth, but this one, this is kind of the shield that's on the live stream right now. I don't know if I'm finished with it yet, because the shield is very kind of solid, and then the logo's a bit flowy. The foxhorn badge on the top I think looks really good, um, but anyway, so there's that. And then the other thing that I did, um, and where I got this inspiration was, I was driving by, I believe it was a Fiat, but this is kind of more of like a hood ornament type shield, which I really really like, but I'm not a huge fan of the negative space on the sides of the cheeks. So, but I really like the shape of this shield, this particular shield, and I think the shirt looks really cool. Like just kind of a simple, almost like oh crap, what's the I can't even think of it, but there it's like an X. It's kind of a sports brand. They have X's everywhere, but this kind of reminds me of that, as kind of a simple little. Um, oh, and Dewey hit it on the head. Dewey says Chicago Bulls looking. So the other thing that I saw while I was in the middle of creating this logo was the Bulls logo. And so it wasn't particularly the full color Bulls logo, but I saw a hat at Hibbett Sports, which is it's a it's a store that we have here that kind of reminds me of um, kind of like Lids, or they have like Nike shoes and Nike clothes and a lot of like sports hats and stuff like that, but they're all unique. They're not like the typical black Bulls hat with a red bull on it. Like the one that I saw, it was kind of like graffiti everywhere all over the hat, and then the Bulls logo was one color, and it was made out of plastic, and it was sewed on the hat, and um, it was the shape, and then the outlines, and they were all the same color. They had a couple different versions. One was black, one was red. I really liked the black version; was my favorite. Um, but I could definitely do things like that with this logo design. Um, so that's kind of where we are. Steven Drones, yeah. So Steve said that it would look good if the fox head and the ears was a different color. So let me just pull that up. I totally agree with you. There were things that, let's see, it's probably in here somewhere. So these were all of the different little iterations. Um, these were um, some of the other iterations of it. I found this bull, and so I started kind of pulling my inspiration from this bull. I had these two foxes that I had bought last time I was making the logo, and so I almost went with this fox face. I'd even planned on doing like a Stanley where the fox was standing up and stuff like that. Um, but this this is kind of an example of what it looked like with different colors. Um, and I was going to make this white and then this dark. So it would have eyes and nose and horns. Um, so I can still play around with different things like that. Um, so that's definitely an option. I think that would make a really cool hat. Just this symbol right here. I think that would make a killer hat. Um, so still kind of playing around with it. The Whenever you're designing um, a style guide, you kind of want to keep things simple and create rules so that your logo is just not kind of bastardized. Maybe I shouldn't say that, but so this is kind of, and I put this on Facebook, and people started voting on which one they liked better, and I didn't really tell everybody that it was the same logo, but this was kind of the what it looks like on white. This is what it looks like on like almost black, like a dark navy. and then this is the outline version of it. Um, and a lot of people said they like the middle one best. So, but anyway, that is that's that. So I haven't been here in a while, so I kind of forgot how to live stream. No, not really. But I want to go back through roll call and recognize y'all for being here. So Eat More Possum was first in the house, and he put doesn't show up on this, but he put up a cowboy. So he recognized the redneck kissity. Is that a word? Redneck kissity of my new logo. Chuck is here from Covaction, and he told me to stay in my lane. um, but I don't think any of us would have a YouTube channel if we didn't use cameras. So I kind of have to be in this lane. Um, but uh, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to focus on a little bit this year. Um, I'm doing drone stuff, but I've really gotten away from teaching people how to use gear, and I think that's what I really like to do. Um, I like to fail in front of you guys, because that helps me learn. I look at the comments, um, and I take them to heart. I take your comments to heart, as long as you're nice about it. If you're just going to be a troll or a douche, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna maybe go make fun of your videos. No, I'm not really going to do that. Um, but if people that aren't constructive, and they just kind of complain all the time, I just kind of my ears are numb to those people after a while. I just kind of want to pray for their soul because they're so negative all the time. They need some joy in their life. But welcome, Chuck. Stephen Drones is in the house, and he was wondering if I was going to be live. Surprise! I'm here. Um, um, who else is in the house? Chuck, the 360 lens had the lens cover on it, and I sat it down very lightly. Um, but yeah, I wanted to make that picture pretty quick. So Eat More Possum. Well, I already said you were here. Um, who else we got? Chuck's flexing with his vlogging game. I thought I saw other people. Charles Gillespie's in the house. Charles, hello. Hello. I hope you're having a good night. Um, Charles, it is 22 degrees outside, so I am not vlogging from my car tonight. Um, the or sorry, live streaming from my car, but I have everything that I need now to have a successful live stream from my car, to sleep on a twin bed in my car. Um, so I feel like my car is ready for anything. Um, the I ended up buying a pack rack, a rack pack. Anyway, it's a legitimate folding metal bed made for like truck beds, and then they had an SUV version, and so I bought the SUV version. I might modify it a little bit, but because I bought the SUV version, it basically covers my whole cargo area, and so what I'm going to have to do is, when I travel and I sleep in my car, I'm going to have to live stream from either my front seat or my or like outside or something. The the front seat moves back far enough, and I bought a ram mount for the front seat. So now I have a legitimate, like almost police version of a laptop stand in my front seat. Um, and so all I need to do is plug in my extra monitor and sit it on the dashboard. Um, Put this ring light and the Insta360 link um, to somewhere in my car, and we will be good to go. Um, the only downside is um, it'll be a lot easier to see my ring light from the front seat than from my tinted back seat. But yeah. So Eat More Possum asked, is Tennessee getting the winter weather? My daughter's calling. I'm gonna let her call my wife. Um, the Yes, so we're kind of getting winter weather. It's just cold here, um, and we've had snow. I did go over some icy patches on the way to work today, um, but from what I understand, we're not going to get it bad until Friday. So this weekend might be a little crazy. Um, so um, what else we got? Covaction, Charles. Dewey's in the house. What's up, Dewey? Good morning. Hope you're gonna have a good day. How early is it there, Dewey? Um, like how much of the morning is it? Um, Giggles. What's up, Giggles? Hope you're having a good day. Blessings to you, my friend. So Dewey says, question: Avata 2 or Sigma 150 over 600 lens for the crop sensor? Um, I don't know enough about the Sigma. Let me just look see what that is real quick. So I'm not sure exactly what you're asking there, Dewey. Um, because you've got the Avata 2 is a drone, and the Sigma 150 to 600 lens is for a camera. Um, yeah, I don't know how to answer that question. So are you saying, should I fly the Avata 2 over to where I'm looking at, or should I use the zoom lens? I'm not sure. Um, Everybody loves the epidemic sounds. I'm happy. I might have to change my epidemic sound contract because I signed up for there's a program on YouTube for brand. It's like called Brand Connect, and there's a lot more that goes into because I'm not really getting AdSense very much. Actually, a big fail that happened this week was um, I spent a good amount of time on my DJI Air 3S crash video. It was monetized, and I put two little minute and a half master shots at the end, and they happened to have copyright music on it from DJI, and So for and in like I think it was like 11 or 12 hours that video was up. I got over 3,000 views on that video, and none of those views were eligible for monetization because of those stupid little master shots at the end. So I made the video private. I redid the video and replaced that music and uploaded it again. I don't have near as many views on that video, but it's already made more money than that first video. But 3,000 views in like you know, the first 12 hours is great success for one of my videos. And so that was a big fail. So I'm never using um, AI or music from an app anymore. So anyway, so that was a big fail. But if I end up taking a brand connect deal and making a video for a company, um, and they want to use epidemic sound, the music that I used in the video, in their project, then I have to upgrade my epidemic sound contract to the corporate version, and so or the commercial version. So I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll see. But it's something like I can set a someone can pay me $5,000 to make them, to go out and test their product and make a video or do a review or something like that. And then, um, so if I get $5,000, then I might just take the hit on the first video and buy the commercial version of Epidemic Sounds anyway. So, Giggle said, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Happy New Year to everybody. This year is going to be amazing. And yeah, I'm really excited for all of the new things that are going to happen this year. We're going to get some. Yes, my video is mirrored. That is correct. Um, so Dewey said he has a second spin-off channel, so everybody go subscribe to that channel. It's called Drone Above Ireland. Who doesn't want to see Ireland from above? I think Ireland's got some beautiful country. Um, so Chuck says he has a Chinese fortune cookie, and it said, "Make today extraordinary. You have the power within." I like that. Um, I love how I love how Talk Studio doesn't pull over the all the emojis. So I've got foxhorn underpants, hand orange covering eyes. Oh, Dewey wants some foxhorn underpants. Um, I know right where to put the nose. I got you. Actually, they kind of look like underpants now that you say that, with like the little P flap. Look like some whitey tidies, but orange and with some horns sticking out of it. Um, Giggle said he's going to get a tattoo on my logo. Nice. That'd be cool. All right. So, am I catching up to y'all or am I way behind? I'm like 15 minutes behind y'all's comments. All right. Jim's Droning's in the house. What's up, Jim? Hope you're having a good night. East Coast Thrills is in the house. Uh-oh, here they come. I like the logo on my GAT. That still looks new. Oh, he likes the logo on the original logo. Um, Oh yeah, he fixed it to hat. Yeah. What's up, Dusty? Hope you're having a good night. Um, yep. I think I went from like cartoony to kind of cartoony, and now I feel like it's a serious logo. Alex, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good night. Alex said, "I love the fact you love playing around with design. You're awesome at it. I appreciate that. Um, life is too short for negativity, so celebrate good comments whenever you get them. And I appreciate that, Alex. I think you're really good too. I love that you think outside of the box, kind of like I do. Um, um, Dewey says, I love messing around on Canva logos. Nice. Um, I don't know that I've played with Canva. I've I've designed logos my whole life, so I've never really used um, like a logo builder. I've actually um, one of the so Brainwave Studios. When I worked at Brainwave Studios, we were building an online virtual world for kids, and so I was like a 3D developer, and I would design like these little like a pig and a what were they? There was a pig, there was a skunk, there was a bear, and a hamster, I think, or like a squirrel or something like that. And so we when we lost our funding, we had to do like other jobs that we didn't want to do. So we built a logo designer for this guy, um, and I came up with a lot of different shapes that still kind of affect my logos today. But I created all these different movie clips in Flash that you could overlay on top of each other to create a logo. And I had like a shield background. I had a shield cover. You could make those shields like a single color, or you could put a shine over it. You could also put like a chrome look over it and make it puffy, and then you could add a shadow and you could change the depth of the shadow. And I did all those things. Um, I wonder if that Canva is similar to that. And he had this database. He hired all these Indian guys to or India to like just design symbols for him. So he had like like the Nike symbol has a swoosh. Well, they made like a rectangle, like a diamond version of the swoosh, and then like I feel like they just kind of ripped off a bunch of symbols from other people. But we had this database that you could search for a symbol. So you could put in landscaper. You could say I'm a landscaper, and I want my favorite colors are green and orange, and we would on the fly take that information and build like 12 different logos with different symbols. One would be like a lawnmower, one would be like grass, we'd have, or like trees or something like that. And then from there, then they could make adjustments to it if they needed to. Um, but yeah, it was really involved. But it was a lot of fun too. Um, Steve said, "Can I still keep the old sticker?" Yes. Anybody that has old Sean Hyde Studios gear or Foxhorn gear, it is still legacy. Um, just like if you have like an old lunchbox from McDonald's, but they've changed their logo, or Arby's or whatever. Um, yeah, Dewey said they're collector's items now. Nice. Uh, so Chuck said, "Oh, I didn't say you're in my lane, or I didn't say stay out of my lane. You're in my lane." And then Jim said, "Block him." Jim is a dirty old man. I think he's got a little ornery side to him. Oh, maybe he's not saying block Chuck. Maybe he's saying block the haters. Because Alex said that right after that. Don't listen to the trolls; they're just jealous. Yep. Um, so, Alex, do we? Have I said hi to everybody? I want to start skipping some things so I can catch up to y'all. So I said hi to Dusty. So Dusty said he's the new American Idol, so he just sings. I can sing. Let's see. Okay, I'm catching up to y'all. Giggle said he wants foxhorn socks. Um, let's see if I can make foxhorn socks. Well, I can't right now. I gotta use the Authenticator app to get back in. But I bet they have socks. They have like pajamas. You can like make um, the you put the logo on the shirt and then you put the logo on the pants and it turns into like a seamless, like it puts the logo all over the pants. It's kind of neat, but they're expensive for pajamas. But maybe I'll have a up all night version of Sean Foxhorn. Um, so let's get into what I wanted to talk about tonight. Um, so the first thing I wanted to talk about is um, this little guy. So this, well, I'll take it off. That little guy is the DJI. Let's see if it focuses on it. If I do that, that is the DJI Mic Mini, which is super tiny. And in my opinion, it sounds minus the 10-bit audio, um, but for such a tiny little mic, it does the job just as well as the DJI Mic 2, in my opinion. Mic 2 has better like screens, like better visual representations, but the way that I've used the Mic Mini, I have visual representations on my cameras that is more than enough for me. I don't need to necessarily have, you know, the little LED. Like all you need to do is learn what the LED means, and then you're golden. Um, and you shouldn't be worrying about, especially if you're doing everything on your own, you shouldn't be worrying about the mic the whole time anyway. So I want to quickly run through what the DJI Mini does and how it's not just for DJI products. It is literally a microphone that you can pair Bluetooth up to just about anything. So I'm going to pull this on screen and we're just going to run through kind of what it looks like real quick. So there is this carrying case that um, holds two. It holds a transmitter and two receivers. Um, and but just so you guys know, to use the Mic Mini, you don't need the receiver. You really just need the transmitter. So I want to go through some things because what I did today was I took this little mic, put it into pairing mode, and paired it with my Insta360 Ace Pro 2. Now it was a fail because I put it on my seatbelt and it kept rubbing against my shiny vest. And so every time I turned the steering wheel, it would make this little rub sound. So um, I'm saying this out of order, but so what I did was I 3D printed this. I'm gonna put this right here. I 3D printed this, and what this is going to do is allow me to put the mic on the visor of my car. That way it'll be right above my face, just like the microphone in my car for my uh, wireless phone. I'm going to um, put it up there, and then it won't be rubbing against my body, but it'll be closer to my face than the camera is. Um, so, so what I think is going to be the perfect vlogging setup for my car is this little mic mini and my Ace Pro 2. Because my Ace Pro 2 shoots in 8K and I can zoom in, um, but I'm also going to try using my X4 and see if that's any better because I can actually track my face with the X4. Um, but yeah, so Chuck likes that idea, a little visor mount, and so that oh, so what basically what that is, it's a sunglass holder that I just found on Thingiverse, and it took me 25 minutes to print. Actually printed it just a few minutes ago, and so haven't tried it out yet, but we're gonna try it out tomorrow. I might modify it a little bit because I have a I have a 3D printed handle for the mic mini that I got off Maker World, and it attaches a lot better. So I might blend the two. Um, so, but let's go through this real quick. Um, it's just a tiny little microphone, y'all. And so when you're out vlogging, you don't really want to draw a lot of attention to yourself. And so um, it has a direct connection to with uh, for premium sound quality to these items. So um, I can seamlessly pair them with the Action 5. I think you can do the Action 3 and up. And then here is the Osmo Pocket 3. Um, but it's a wonderful little thing. You can put it on a necklace. It's got magnets. You can put it on your shirt. It's got little dead rats that you can hook onto it. Um, so there's a white version and a black version. So if you have, if you're wearing a white T-shirt, you can get a white version. If you're wearing black, which I wear a lot of black, you can put it on a black version. You can hook it up to your phone. Um, so it's a, I got the hiccups now, but it's a beautiful little microphone. And so that, so that's all I'm going to talk about with audio. With audio, the DJI Mic 2 system works great. The DJI Mic original system works good. But these are basically little tiny wireless microphone modules that you can hook up to just about anything. Chris Hope's in the house. When did you get in here? You snuck in here, man. Hope you're having a good New Year. I don't know why I said near. Hope you're having a good New Year, Chris. Um, I look forward to see what you do in 2025. Um, so, so I wanted to show you the thing. So I wanted to show you what you can do with this microphone. Um, so the first thing I want to show you guys is the Insta360 Ace Pro 2. This is the camera that I've been using today. It's got a Leica lens on it, an 8K sensor. It's got excellent low light. It's got two chips in it. Um, it's got HDR. It's got this little microphone cover that I don't see much of a difference, um, but it's there. Um, and It's got a flip screen. So in my car, I have a full action camera size. I don't know if it's like a 2.5 inch screen or what it is, but oh, it says it right there. It's 2.5 inch flip screen. Um, but I love this in the car, and the reason I like it is because I can shoot in 8K. When I get it into post, I can reframe my shot and not lose any quality, and I love it. Um, and when I'm just sitting there talking to you while I'm driving, like it doesn't need to look amazing. It's not like this excellent production, headshot or anything like that. It's literally me talking to you. Um, it's a little on the heavy side for an action camera, but but it's great. Um, it's got Leica color profiles, so that's what I've been using in the car. This Leica color profile, and it's very vivid, very HDR-ish. Um, Clarity zoom. So if you're using 4K, you can zoom in 2 times, and it's a digital zoom because it's an 8K sensor. So there's just a lot more. Um, yeah, more. It's a great little action camera. You can do wide shots. You can do linear shots. Um, oh, it has ND filters. It's waterproof. All of the things. Now, Little Mike Mini's not waterproof, but you can put it under the bill of your hat, or you can put it under an umbrella. You can attach it to the underside of an umbrella if you wanted to. Um, so anyway, I love that. And that little flip screen is so freaking handy. It really is. So, and it just snaps on in different places. I love how all these action cameras are making things snap on now. Um, yeah,
Let's go.
and it also has like a remote with GPS on it. So if you want to overlay with different things, um, it's got time code. It's added time code to the two, so I might sell my ones and get another two. But it also has one shot, which is free frame video, and so it uses the entire sensor. So you can take the same video and make a 9 by 16, a 1 by 1, or a 16 by 9. Um, and then it's got a lot of AI things too. Um, so there is that, and what you can do with that um, is you can pair the DJI mic system to it. You can also pair AirPods. You can pair. Um, I just got the AirPod Maxes, and so you can pair all of those AirPods. The I will say the AirPod type microphones, or the Meta Quest, or sorry, the Meta glasses from Ray Ban. Um, Anytime you use like a phone microphone, they're meant to sound good on a phone. They're not really meant to be a wireless microphone. But the beauty of this microphone is that it's actually a really good quality microphone that is Bluetoothing into that camera. Now, Bluetooth is not a very um, it's not a very strong connection, but is good enough for like standing 6 feet away from the camera. It's more than fine. And what I loved, and I didn't even know this until I did it today, is that the Ace Pro 2 will record video, or sorry, it will record audio from the camera, and it will record from the microphone that you paired it up to. And so when I pulled it into Insta360 Studio, there was a mix bar, and you could say, I want 100% of the wireless microphone, or I want 100% of the camera audio. And so what I did was I did kind of like a 2080, where my my voice was clearer, and I didn't hear as much of the engine noise of my car. But I think once I put this on my visor, I think it'll be wonderful, because you won't hear a lot of you know rubbing of my shirt or my vest or whatever. Oh, my computer just went asleep. So the next thing I want to show you guys is the DJI Osmo Pocket. The Osmo Pocket can pair with the DJI Mic Mini, but and it's a beautiful little gimbal. And if any of you guys watched the Christmas concert that I shared on Facebook, there was a guy with a crane in the back of the sanctuary, and he had this tiny little thing that he was moving around from. I was all the way up in the choir loft, and I thought it was a 360 camera or a microphone. And then I went up to him afterwards, and it was the Osmo Pocket 3. And so he put the Osmo Pocket 3 on a jib, or whatever it was, a crane, and he had a big long USB-C wire all the way down to his phone, and he had his phone on the handle, and he was doing these amazing shots with his phone and the Osmo Pocket 3. Something that at the other conference that I was at, the guy probably had like a $15,000 setup for a crane shot, and this guy was literally running a really, really long boom microphone stand with this Pocket 3 on the top of it, and some weights hanging off the other side of it. I mean, it almost looked like a homemade rig, but he got some amazing shots from it because this camera's so good. And from a distance, like, you just need like audience shots or like B-roll. You didn't really need like close-ups of, the soloist that was singing or whatever. But it has a 1-inch sensor. Um, it's got slow-mo. It's just a wonderful little gimbal. Um, and I honestly haven't used it enough. So this is another thing that I'm planning on starting to use. But it's got 10-bit D-Log, HDR. Um, but what's really cool about this is I got the Creative package. I believe it's called the Creative package. Um, and it came with a mic too. So one of my plans is to sell my DJI Mic 2 that I bought, because I bought the package of one receiver and two transmitters, um, carrying case and all that stuff. I might just sell that, um, because I now have um, the Mic Minis, which is a better fit for me. I don't need. The only thing that I really, really am going to miss from the DJI Mic 2 is the float recording, where you can just push the record button and just walk around and record with it. You don't have to pair it to anything. You can just take the audio um, and pause. Bob Casey's in the house. What's up, Bob? Hope you're having a good New Year. Happy New Year. Love you, man. Blessings to you and your family. And yeah. But what I'm saying is, I'm going to keep my Osmo Pocket 3. So I will have one DJI Mic 2 that I can float record with. So the plan is to not have the, because right now I have three Mic 2s because I bought the set, and then I have the one that came with this camera. So my plan is to just to sell the set, keep the Mic 2 for float recording, and then use the Mic Minis as kind of, walking around, because they're so tiny, and I really think that I can figure out how to hide them. I think even like putting my logo on top of it or something like that. I really feel, and I feel like I can put it on the bill of my hat and it not be um, so crazy. I'm also planning on making a video of the tiniest vlog and like the tiniest vlog setup, and using the Mic Mini and the Go 3 and just walking around with it, and then maybe using the Mic 3 and the um, the GoPro minis. You know, I really feel like I can do the two GoPro minis and the Mic Mini, and have the the smallest VR 180 camera setup with the best quality possible. So that is one of my plans for 2025. I'm going to take my time. I'm not going to rush my videos anymore. I'm not going to just haphazardly throw a video together anymore either. Um, but uh, but yeah, I just realized that I stopped sharing my video. So I'll start doing that again. uh, Window. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that. So looks like somebody else showed up. Where'd he go? I can't believe it's not Butter. What's up, Stevie? Hope you're having a good new year. Blessings to you, my friend. Um, Welcome to the chat. So we're talking about like tiny little vlog setups, things that you can just literally throw in your bag or keep in your glove box, so that you can always have. Um, and we're talking about the mics. So the DJI mic, so far, I've been able to hook it up to my Osmo Pocket 3, the Ace Pro, and the third camera that the Mic Mini will work really well with is the DJI Neo. So I feel like I could have a tiny little kit that has the Neo in it, that has um, the Pocket in it, that has the Ace Pro too. I'm not going to talk about the DJI Osmo 5 tonight, the Action 5, just because I think for me the Ace Pro is my favorite. But if you're going to just pick one, well, I think if you're just going to pick one, I think the Ace Pro 2 would be my favorite, would be my choice. But I haven't tested out the Osmo Action 5 much, and I am sure that that's a wonderful camera. Because all of the Osmo Actions have been great. I do wish they would come out with another version of the 2 that was tiny. But So we'll go through the Neo real quick. Is just kind of a little hand, like a palm takeoff drone. I think the Neo is going to become obsolete when the Flip comes out, and there's rumor that the Flip is going to come out in maybe a week or two from now. But I've got some great little videos, except especially like a vlog setup from the Neo. Shoots 4K video. I mean, like this video right here is the Neo, and it looks great. This guy's got a nice butt. It does a great job getting his little butt. Um, but but yeah, so I feel like the flip that's about to come out is going to have every single one of these little features. Um, but instead of having a camera on the front of it that doesn't move, it's going to have a gimbal, which is going to make uh, so that you don't have to use digital stabilization to make the video smooth. Um, so and having a controller in your bag, like I really feel like it's the best of all worlds. Um, so that is kind of the Neo. It uses AI to kind of mask out the propeller sounds and stuff like that. Um, I think that's okay. Um, but but getting like B-roll shots like this, like I feel like a tiny little kit, you can make an amazing blog with all of um, these little things. So Jim said that the Flip is going to be Neo's big brother. Um, okay. I feel like it's going to be. I feel like the Flip is going to be bigger than the Neo when it's unfolded, but is going to take the same amount of space in your bag because all four blades kind of sandwiched together in this tiny little piece. Well, we can look at the Flip real quick. Um, so this is the yeah. So this is the image that I saw today. Um, and so this is what it looks like. Yeah, they don't have it unfolded at all. So this is what it looks like. Let's see if I can open that in a new tab. Yeah. So this is what it looks like all folded up. This to me is and there's right there on the screen is the indicator as to what mode it's in. Right here, there's a gimbal. The gimbal looks to me like very similar to like the minis, but all of the blades kind of collapse into one tiny little package. Um, and then, yeah, maybe this is a better picture.
The hardest thing is obviously finding products to sell and then
I
getting
didn't do that.
authorized to sell.
Um, there's really not a comparison, but just so you know, this picture right here is like this is the controller, and it's literally almost the same size as the controller. Um, so yeah, so um, yeah, so Bob said the Neo can be flown with controller or a cell device and autonomously. Yep. And I feel like this is going to do the same thing. I might be completely wrong, but I feel like this is kind of the path that the kind of travel drone is going into. Um, and I believe the Neo was just kind of their test product to get this out. Um, so Jim said maybe January 20th. I heard like the 17th, um, but I don't know. Um, I feel like they generally do things on Tuesdays, don't they? I might be completely wrong on that, but I feel like it's a weekday that I usually have to like, you know, shell out some cash. Um, but but yeah, so that was that was kind of the Neo slash Flip. I don't know that I would buy a Neo right now. I think I would wait for the Neo with for the Flip to come out. Um, and I'm pretty sure this is the controller that came with my Air 3S, like the one that I have on my Mini 4 and my Air 3S. I'm pretty sure I can fly this DJI Flip with that controller as well. So if they come out with like a drone only, I will probably just get that. All right, I'm gonna start closing all of these things because I'm getting cluttered up here. All right, so the next thing I wanted to talk about, so we talked about the Pocket 3, the Ace Pro, and the Neo. Um, the second to last thing that I want to talk about is the Insta360 X4. This is a 360 camera that also works well as an action camera. It's waterproof. You can pull regular frame video out of it, but you can also capture really cool shots like this, where you've got like tiny planets, and then you can reframe and you can take a video looking that direction and looking at that direction at the same time and be able to pull really cool video out of it. So the 360 camera is something that I really like, the 360 aspect, because I like VR. But you can get photos. Um, you can also get, they have new AI that like completely gets rid of like selfie sticks if they're in there by accident. Um, there's a single lens mode, which you can like put it on your chest, and this is what the single lens mode looks like. And since it's a 360 video and has amazing stabilization, um, you don't have to crop in to digitally stabilize because you're literally taking video of everything at the same time. The downside of this type of video is that the quality sometimes when you're only looking at like um, an eighth of the screen that's been captured. Sometimes the video quality is bad, but this is an 8K 360 camera, so you're getting like 4K video out of um, the single lens version. Um, the It's got wind noise reduction. It also has a 2.5-inch screen, just like the Ace Pro. Um, so that's pretty awesome. And then I wanted to look at the audio because I haven't tested it out, but I'm pretty sure you can pair your earbuds up with this. Let's see if we got that here. So on this screen, nothing says anything about it. But the other reason I wanted to bring this up today was that um, Peter McKinnon just put out a kit for the Insta360 X4. And so I wanted to show you guys what this is because I think it's awesome. So basically, it's Insta360 camera. It's got a battery with a case for the battery. It's got the same cage that I have on mine that came with it. It also has the lens cover. It's got the sleeve cover. It's got the lenses. But what they've added is they've added this little guy, which is kind of hard to see, but it's a tiny little remote that is attached to this selfie stick. And I hope so. It's really hard to see, but oh, maybe this is good. This is a selfie stick that houses this little remote. So the remote just snaps on there, and this lens cover goes over the 360 camera. Oh, it's not going to show what it looks like. The selfie stick is awesome. So if you guys get a chance to go over to Peter McKinnon's channel and see the selfie stick, it's pretty awesome. The last thing that I want to show you guys, and this is on the way to me, this is the Hohem iSteady M7. And this, in my opinion, is, I haven't tested it yet, but in my opinion, this is the best mobile gimbal out there. And the reason I am in love with everything that I've seen so far about this, it just came out like in December, I think. But Hohem has really upped their game with this. Let me see if I can I zoom in on this? Yep. So Hohem is really has upped their game with the last several gimbals that they've come out with. They have this little snap-on AI camera. And what this AI camera is a tracking camera. It also doubles as a fill light. So all of this white area right here is a fill light that will light your subject or light you. And I believe you can either put it, like you can put it in either direction. But this little AI camera allows you to auto track yourself. So whatever camera you put in here, you don't have to see the screen to necessarily track yourself. It will track your oh, sorry. So this tracking camera will track you. It also is a gimbal strong enough to hold a huge phone like my iPhone Pro Max or the Samsung S24, like a really heavy camera, so it can handle some weight. It also has a selfie stick extension, which is awesome. So you can go from high down to low and get some really cool jib shots. It also has this really big rotary dial. So if you've got your phone programmed to zoom in, you can utilize a really nice kind of zoom wheel or a focus wheel if you've got it set up that way. But the joystick on the front of the gimbal comes off. Now we've had that before on different gimbals, but what is amazing about this is the joystick, the record button, this little toggle, we'll get a close-up of it a little bit later, but this whole thing comes off. So I can set my camera in position. It's got a little 1/4-20, so I can put it on a tripod, or I can put a like a monopod claw on the bottom of it or something like that. And it comes with a claw. But this little touchscreen is not what's coming out of the camera. It is actually what's coming out of the tracking camera. So I can move things from point A to point B, do like a time lapse, all of those things with this little remote. Or I can put, like if I'm at camp and I put it up on a tripod that's like, you know, like a 20-foot tripod, I can put it up in the air or put it on the second floor of a balcony and look down. I can control what the gimbal is pointing at utilizing this tiny little lens. So that's pretty awesome. And the other reason I want to get this gimbal is because a video that I saw, this guy had the Ace Pro he had an Ace Pro on it. So I'm going to use my Insta360 Ace Pro 2 with this gimbal, and I now have a tracking module with a fill light on top of that camera. Um, so I've basically turned my 8K Ace Pro 2 into an Osmo Pocket 3, pretty much, with a removable screen that I can control what it's pointing at from a distance. Um, so, um, yeah. So Alex brought up the Ace Pro, or sorry, the InstaFlow. Yeah, the Insta360 Flow that I have, I don't have the two. I just have the one. But from what I understand, the only difference between the one and the two was like the magnet edition, and then I believe there was like AI audio or something like that. But but yeah, so I love my Flow. My Flow is my go-to gimbal. Um, I'm not a huge fan of the sack it comes in. I would much rather it be in like a hard case. I've got a lot of mobile gimbals that come with kind of a hard pack. But yeah, so I just with this, I'm gonna have a lot of flexibility with the cameras that I'm going to use in it. I'm planning on putting my two GoPro minis in it and having a tiny little gimbal VR 180 setup. Um, I'm also planning on making a 3D printed box that I can put different things in. So one would be being able to put two different cameras in there. Um, but uh, but anyway, I really like what what this gimbal has going on. This is another shot. This is kind of shows the module coming off. Um, it's got this is another example of so there's a big M on there. So it looks like this is a joystick, a record button, and a mode button. But the touchscreen, you can access all of the settings from here. You can adjust like the motion speed. You can do all those things. So um, and you don't need the phone app to do that. Whereas like the Flow, you have to use the Insta360 app to control a lot of the things with the Flow, besides switching modes and stuff like that. But if you really want to tweak the Flow, you've got to go into the menus in the app. This one actually has the menus right here. Um, and I also purchased the suitcase handle too. So in my tiny little bag, and they also have like a light, but I'm not going to get the light. Um, and yeah, it's got the trigger. It's got this awesome handle. Like, oh, it also has locking axi. Um, so yeah, and so here's, and it looks like I don't know. This might be just a lock for the. I don't know if you can see what I'm pointing at, but on the record button, it looks like you can lock, like hit record and then lock it. Um, and it's got indicators whether you're Bluetoothing or connected or not, all of that stuff. So yeah, quick settings with parameters using the remote. Um, it also has infinite pan rotation. So I watched, they had this example of a girl like kind of dancing around it, and the whole thing just kept turning all around. And so some gimbals can only go like 300 degrees, and then they have to go the other direction. When you're tracking something, that's kind of pointless whenever it like just has to stop and like lose the subject. This way it can completely spin around. um, it's got a 193 millimeters. I don't know how long that is because I'm American, but it's got a built-in selfie pole, 500-gram payload. So if you think about the DJI Mini is 249 grams, so it will hold twice as much as the DJI Mini drone. Um, you could also power your phone with it. Um, so you can track any camera with the native cam. So there's like these little hand signals that you throw up. All right, so Alex says, for me, the only thing I record stuff on my phone is when I have no other camera with me. I like to do planned shots on my action camera or Pocket 3, preferably the latter. Um, yeah. So, Alex, for example, one of the things that I saw the the video that I was watching, um, the guy did like a walking shot. So if you have like a B shot of like you walking from your car to the park that you're about to fly in, you can have the camera, you can track yourself, or you can have the camera slowly move from an A point to a B point, and then you just kind of walk, and so it'll get kind of an atmosphere shot instead of just like sitting your action camera somewhere and then you walking by it, or um, you know, you can have like the one thing that I really want to do. This is crazy, but I want to do just like the master shots that I do with the different DJI drones, where there's like where it's pointing straight down and then it comes up. I want point A to be kind of down at my feet, and point B to be like the actual framed shot. And me walking up to the point that I'm going to stop at, and the camera like coming up to me at the same time, or like um, I want to be able to have the remote control in my pocket and A pointing at me, and then once I'm done talking, just hit go, and the camera start um, transitioning off of me. Little things like that. Um, so I'm really excited to play around with that. So yeah, I think that's all I want to talk about tonight. My family is freaking out in the other room, so I am so distracted right now. But I feel like I'm done with the live stream. It was so good to be on here and be in a live stream again. I really missed hanging out with you guys. Um, so I'm doing a lot of things to my channel to kind of simplify my process, but at the same time, I'm simplifying my process so that I can get better at what I do. I've spent a lot of time um, in the past, like making my video look so good that I don't have any time to make a good quality video. So my plan is to use the tools that I've shown you tonight to produce a good video. If I get a brand deal through Brand Connect, I will probably do a better production quality video like that, because it might be used in their marketing material or something like that. And I think it'd be really good for the channel. But I really just want to make good videos for you guys. And I want to focus more on the quantity, not the quantity. I want to focus more on the content than I do on the quality. And I feel like with an 8K action camera, with an 8K 360 camera, with um, high quality drones that I have, I feel like I can put together some pretty good content just using the default modes. And editing really, really good. So Jim asked should I get the Ace Pro 2? Do you have the Ace Pro? If you do, I don't see any reason to upgrade. Um, the Honestly, I don't know that it's much better. I think the um, where is it? So I think the biggest upgrade on the Ace Pro 2 is the chip. So it's got two chips instead of one, and this little wind muff that's attached, and the fact that you can put on an ND filter. So if ND filters are important to you, Jim, then the Ace Pro 2, the lens can come off and you can put ND filters on there. I'm waiting for a wide angle, but anyway, that's my suggestion. If you're just going to take the camera and hit record on it, um, then the Ace Pro 1 is fine. If you want to take video in bright sunlight and put ND filters on it, or use, yeah, the audio I think might be a little bit better. But other than that, the Ace Pro 1 was amazing. So, um, all right. With that, I'm going to go figure out what my family's freaking out about. But thank you guys for coming and hanging out. Please like, subscribe to my channel, click on the bell for notifications, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Peace out.